Hi, Miles. How are you?
Hey, good, good. How's it going with you?
Very well, thank you. Excited to be back doing another video. And Miles, let's get straight into it. We're back talking about the differences between the UK and the US in terms of dating. And I had a question for you. What is the standard practice in terms of who pays for the bill in when you go on a date? Who pays for the bill in terms of the guy or the girl or whoever?
Good question. So, traditionally, it was always the guy who pays the bill or picks up the check. And I would still say in the US, that's most common, where on a first date or even the first few dates, the guy will pay the bill. But what I appreciate and what I think is becoming more common is girls offering to pick up the check or to split the check. But I would still say generally on a first date or even the first few dates, the guy is he's paying. What
He's
about in
paying.
yeah? What about in Britain?
Um, Here, yeah, I think again it's the same. Definitely, even 10, when I first started going on dates, maybe 10 years ago, it was kind of almost unsaid that the guy would pay for whatever cost. If it was the coffees, if it was the drinks, the guy would pay
Mm-hmm.
for the drinks. If we're talking about a heterosexual date,
Oh yeah,
yeah, I would. Yeah, we would. I would pay for the drinks, but more and more, it's becoming a lot more common to just split the bill.
hmm.
I've personally only ever had it once on a first date that the person I was on a date with, who was a woman, offered to pay. Well, paid without and like there was no discussion. They were just paid already. Um,
Oh, good for
yeah,
you.
but that was,
You,
yeah, good for me.
you should yeah marry that girl. Yeah.
It's my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate her, but she paid for the bill on the first
Mm,
day. We
definitely.
didn't get along at all, but she paid for the
She
bill.
paid the bill. Yeah.
But no, yeah, I would more and more. It's like a split thing, and because in England the first date we often go for a drink, so you just and we do kind of rounds we call it. So I buy the first round, they buy the second
Ah,
round. Is a usual practice or whatever.
yeah.
And I like it. I think, yeah, like, you know, financially, it's better for me if we split the bill. And
Yeah, better for
speaking
your wallet.
better for your wallet, and obviously speaking in terms of a broader, you know, society that's more equal. Yeah, more equal. Why not that? Why is it that a man would pay or whatever? So
For
yeah,
sure.
I like that. And something that's got a second question that's also got to do with gender or roles. Who usually asks who out first in the US?
I would say 99% of the time in a heterosexual relationship that it is the man asking out the woman, no doubt. I really wish it were different. It might help out my dating life or lack thereof, but that is definitely how it is. A guy asking out a girl, and in the UK, is it the same or maybe better or what?
Yeah, I think it's yeah, again, 99% of the time it's the guy will go up to the girl first in my experience. Just yeah, you go up and you start the conversation, and then if you have a good conversation, you'll be the one that uh makes makes the next takes the next step, says, "Oh, let's go for a drink," usually.
Yeah, I would.
It
Yeah,
has happened that it's the other way around, which is yeah, I'm all for it. It's cool, and why not? Like if you're, why do you have to go through this? These or being these rigid, like stuck rigid gender roles where it's a girl's there waiting for the guy to ask, or maybe the guy's a little bit nervous and he doesn't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, ask if you want to ask.
Yeah, all the girls out there watching this video, remember that for Jack. He's not an intimidating guy who will, shut you down.
Yeah, I will always just say yes to a drink.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, just drink. Deal.
Cool.
But there is drinks, right? But yeah, cool. And the next question's a little bit risque. It's a little bit out there. So, Miles, what is the hookup culture? What is the hookup culture like in the US in terms of, we're talking about dating and going on dates and getting to know people, but what if you just want to have a sort of short romantic relationship with someone? What's that like in the US?
Yeah, good question. And yeah, definitely maybe a little risque or raunchy or spicy. Yeah. Yeah. Good question. So it really varies. And I think that dating culture and hookup culture are obviously very intertwined. They're very connected. Yeah, very linked. Good way to put it. So in terms of just like a pure like hookup culture, that certainly happens. I would say it's most common when people in the US are younger, maybe as teenagers or especially in college, but it certainly does happen throughout people's 20s and later, people who are 20 to 30 years old. Yeah, I mean, it can be anything from, let's say, a one night stand, which is where you maybe meet somebody out or you connect with someone on an app and it's just like, okay, tonight we're gonna have some type of sexual encounter, activity, some type of hookup. It could be for longer periods of time where maybe you're friends with the person, but you're also engaging in sexual acts. That might be called friends with benefits here in the US. And then also, I mean, I would usually say in the US, after a few dates, that it's very common where people start also hooking up, which can also mean a variety of things. I mean, it can happen on the first date, but I would say definitely after a few dates, it's common to hook up and in whatever way you want to measure that. And what about in the UK? What's it like?
Yeah, I think we, like you guys, in like the later years of high school or what we call secondary school, you probably start to have sexual relations for the first time, and sometimes and then after that maybe you'll have when you're 18 you start going out to nightclubs, and there you will have those short romantic encounters, a quick shag, as we say.
A shag.
A shag. If that's a new, I don't know if that's a new word for you as well, Miles. But yeah, in England we say the word shag for to mean sex. To have sex is shag, and then a quick shag could be a shag for a short amount of time, or it could mean like a one night stand. Yeah, a quick shag. It was just a shag. Is a very, very, very British term.
Not said in the U.S. No one would say shag in the U.S. unless they were maybe referring to Austin Powers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the people that want to see the movie Austin Powers, like shag me, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so okay, continue.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then in college or university is probably the most where, for me, at least in my experience, was the most. Their one night stands were the most prevalent, I would say. So going out to nightclubs, meeting someone that night, or maybe they were, you knew them but you didn't know them intimately, and then you would have a one night thing or a short romantic fling or a short romantic encounter.
Maybe a night and morning thing.
Maybe a night. If you're not
Yeah.
too hungover, if you don't have the headache from drinking too much alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one question. So with the words shag and hookup, how would you define those in terms of what level of sexual activity that is? What is it in your mind?
So shag is 100%. It's direct. It's to have sex. Is the sex, the act of having
full intercourse.
Full intercourse. To hook up could be. It's a little bit ambiguous. It could be you maybe, more than a kiss, but not quite a shag. But in England, we often say like, oh, we did stuff is the
I did stuff
without being too so that you're not too descriptive, so that you're not describing exactly what happened. You often say, oh, we didn't have sex, we just did stuff. Did stuff. And what is hookup is in the US for you?
I think it can mean a lot of different things. It can be anything from just kissing to oral sex or other types of sex, or full-blown intercourse. It really just depends on the person, I think, in the situation, and it's kind of a mystery.
Yeah, so it's a little bit ambiguous. You say, oh, we hooked up one time, and maybe people don't fully know how far the relationship went.
Exactly.
Yeah. We don't use hookup too much in the UK. It's more like, oh, we had a snog.
Did stuff. A snog, yeah.
Snog is like kiss. We say kiss with tongues if you want to say it like that. And people will say like, oh, giz a snog, which is a very I don't really like saying it. It's like, give me a kiss.
Give me a snog. It reminds me of Harry Potter.
Yeah. So snog, did stuff, shag is the time.
Okay. I got the kissing with tongues, or how we would call in the US a French kiss. That will stick with me.
Oh, you guys say make out? No? Oh, we made out.
Yeah, make out just refers to kissing for an extended period of time.
Yeah. No.
No? Teach their own.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I think that's us for this video. But let's maybe do another video, maybe where we talk about the progression of a relationship in terms of what's the phases in terms of getting to meet the parents, when do you move in, that sort of stuff. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm about it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, as usual, we hope that everyone watching enjoyed the video, learned some new vocabulary, learned some English, enjoyed the topic. Let us know in the comments what it's like, the hookup culture where you're from, what it's like in terms of who pays for the bill. Are there any other gender roles or gender norms that are common in your country that we didn't mention? And yeah, it'd be interesting to read the responses.
Definitely.
Cool. Thanks, Miles, as usual, and see you next time.
Yeah, thank you as well. Take care, everyone.
Ciao, ciao.